Hello everyone, welcome back to the weekly MDE solo. We've got managers on today. This one should be interesting. We have AoE on our skill 2. I think we're going to be feeling very powerful at the start of the run. But then having only one keyword, we might fall off on clashing near the end. We'll see. I'm not... There we go, mute my stream. Don't want echoing audio. Yeah, this might be one of the fastest runs we ever do. We'll just have to see if the AoE is as good as I remember it being. I haven't done a Manager Dawn solo in a while. A fun fact, I actually lost the last Manager Dawn run I tried to floor 15 Lei Hang back when that was new. So it's been a little bit. And I guess I technically have a bad win rate with her, so let's try to improve that today. Hello everyone. Last week, we tried to take base Ishmael to this floor, and we kind of died. I'm hoping we can succeed today. That's a pretty bad start, though. Losing that clash. We have natural healing, so that will help a lot with the bleed. And we have a clashable counter, so we can just decide to stop taking bleed damage if we want to. So I think we'll be able to get through this. I say as I'm, like, almost killed on the second turn, but it's okay. Unless... Oh, they're going to outspeed me. I think this is a full clashable counter, the rest of the fight angle. 16 bind will do that. Not going to promise anything too soon, but I think in 2 weeks I'll be able to go back to my original streaming time. Or I guess it's not even my original time, but 3 hours earlier than I've been streaming recently. I know some people will like that. I made a poll about it before, and people preferred that time, so I would like to get back to it. We love AoE. Look at all that damage and healing. I have a lot of bleed on myself, but I'll just out-heal it. Pretty volatile start there. He almost died, but we made it through. Can I handle this? No, surely not. This guy is so bad for solos because he does so much bleed. I'm just going to skip it for now. You also don't get anything good. Even more healing. It's just what we needed. And one more fight tile. Hello, your timing is perfect. Welcome. Yes, you have missed one combat where we kind of almost died, but that won't be happening again, surely. The rest of this run will be perfectly smooth without any issues. There's a lot of extreme floors that have useful gifts for bleed, and then for Manager Dawn specifically, there's just like too many floors I want to go to. So we're definitely doing line 3 early this week. Get Embers out of the way before extreme so I can go to more of the extreme floors. I think it would be fun to get revenge on 415 Lei Hang this week, but at the same time I also kind of want his gift to give my skill 2s, you know, extra power. we'll have to decide later, I guess. Because I could also do something like Railway 5 on floor 15, that would be pretty thematic. I think that Konglu with Malfaust with bloodfiends is good. I mean, I guess that's something you could do. There are 5 bloodfiends, and then throw in the Mouse plus Lordlu combo. I don't think they really go together at all, but they're good enough IDs to beat everything in the game. I mean, if I can beat Railway 6 with up Taiwan IDs, then I'm sure that team could do it, and anything else. You know, the Mouse plus Lordlu duo. I used to do this thing where I would beat every stage in the game with just them, and nothing could stop them. I didn't really try it in Kanto 9, too much team lock stuff. But like, they could probably still do it. Alright. Economy gift, even more healing, why not? Honestly, going to go for Pierce gifts because I want to try to actually get Dark Flame Pipe today. So I'll grab Pierce gifts to limit the Pierce pool. And let's go ahead and do a... I can't do a Starlight skill replace in a normal shop, that's right. 332 Pierce gift. Hello, hello, people filtering into stream here. Standard floor 1 stuff. I'll even enhance this. Give me the damage up. We're going fast today. You were just thinking bleed rupture. Yeah, that would work in Mirror Dungeon then. Manager's on one of the best IDs for solo. Before Extreme, that may have been true. But she actually runs into clashing issues in Extreme. She'll be very powerful on the early floors because of the healing and the AoE. Like, this will be the easiest floor 3 full stop you've ever seen. But I don't actually think she's that great for Extreme because the self-healing doesn't matter very much. Like, so many IDs can just full heal anyone with a Blunt or Gloom skill. So many IDs, like, don't need to heal that much, anyone with an evade. There's definitely better IDs when it comes to Extreme, but we should have fun still. It's almost my ideal solo, because, you know, one of the most annoying parts, or least fun parts of solos, is how long the early floors can take. Well, Manager Dawn will make those go a lot faster, but then it will still be, you know, potentially a harder ending. It won't be completely trivial like a middle Otis solo or anything. Looks good to me. And then we're all looking for chicken. It is just such a good floor. There it is. Can you solo with Valentina? Well, anyone can solo. She's really good at it, though. She's probably top 5 solo IDs. I don't know. She'll clash really high. She'll do a ton of damage. Precognition is really good, but she doesn't have easy access to infinite healing. She can't activate Greycoat or enter the BB with her own skills. And then she doesn't always have access to her evades. Like, once you're out of precognition, it's gone. So I think she would struggle more against, like, a floor 15 Matthias than of many other IDs that have an evade and or a gloom skill. Why didn't we get maggots? Maggots, doesn't it require gluttony skills? With a lust or gluttony affinity skill. They changed that. I swear it used to be only gluttony. But just maggots itself doesn't really do anything. Why would I get maggots? It does like a little bit of gluttony damage and inflicts 1 bleed count. I'd rather just get Blood Red Mane for 2 clash power. If your goal is to just beat MDE in any form, which is kind of what it sounds like, doing it with Ryoshu and killing your nurse fathers and any other House's Fighters IDs you have, and actually just every ID on your team, is going to be the best. The needle, or not needle and thread, Ryoshu's red entangled thread of fate whatever gift is so absurd. It gives her like 20 power, I'm not even exaggerating. That does require 6 House's Fighters IDs. They don't have to be the Nurse Fathers, but even without any of them, with no House's Fighters IDs, Ryoshu is like the 3rd best solo in the game. Adding any to that just makes her the best, bar none. You get to if you can start with 2 slots, she's the best, and it's not close. And it's possible to make her start with 4 slots. It's absurd how much they've pushed the solo agenda with her. AoE's already doing nicely. Just getting 3 kills with 1 skill will never not feel great. I do wish I could get the enhanced skill 2 somehow in the solo. It is the sad thing about Manager Dawn is, you know, requiring the exact other teammates to be on the field or dead. They can't even just be backups. Golden urn there. Okay, this run's getting good economy early. Watch us also get prestige card. Hey man. Can I handle this amount of bleed? I'm not going to risk having to reset the run to get a tier 1 bleed gift. I will take White Gosipium though. You wonder how much better the bloodfiends would be if they dropped today. They came out just a little too early. Like, by the end of that season is when power creep really hit. I still think Mao Ryoshu was, like, the turning point. It's like they would probably all have Rupture instead of just some of them. And it would definitely be fun. I mean, I still really like the Bloodfiends. They're some of my favorite IDs in the game. I'm glad I get to actually, like, make good use out of at least some of them at Up Taiwan. Like, Manager Dawn's shield being so relevant for 2 railways in a row now. Princess Radio was the best Up Taiwan ID in the game for quite a while. Now there's actually some competition with IDs like Full Stop Heathcliff or House of Spiders Ryoshu. But, you know, bloodfiend already is still really good. That skill too, man. That sounded loud. That, like, critical kill. And there's a skill replace. Give me more skill 2s. Emerald Elytra, sure. I want Pierce gifts mostly. I'll buy renewed merch, of course. But yes, I want to get as many Pierce gifts out of the pool as I can to make Dark Flame Smoking Pipe easier to find the next floor. I'll grab that though, that's exclusive. Okay, good start. Give me 3211. And sell this. Keep the economy flowing. 83% super shelf. I would like to get that up a little more. 91, we'll take that. Bloodfiends can just fly. Yeah, I feel like the ending cutscene of Canto 7 is weird for that. I don't think it makes very much sense for them to just be able to fly, but that's how it was presented. Honglu can dehydration randomly. Yeah, Honglu can summon like an ocean of water, so Bloodfiends being able to fly, that's passable. Speaking of Honglu, that's the next upcoming ID. Sank East Honglu. I'm curious how much different they'll make him compared to Dawn, or if he is going to be a true standard fare ID, and if he won't be super interesting. Yeah, the ending cutscene of Canto 7 is still probably my favorite individual moment from all of Limbus. It's quite good. So far, so good. Making quite good time, as I predicted. I think the base Ishmael run was still on floor 1 right now, and we just finished floor 2. Okay, we're going here. We want this and full stop. If this is going to just present itself to me, we can do this one first. Gives me one more floor to make Pierce gifts. I can basically guarantee Dark Flame Smoking Pipe if I do 3 floors, focusing on Pierce gifts before it. Yeah, I definitely want to be trying out Threadspin 5 lifetimes too later on this run. I want to corrode into it and get like 5 copies of the next turn buff at some point. That's the goal. This next turn less power up, less damage up. It's like a budget 4th match flame corrosion from Ryoshu. I'm mentioning it because these guys are inflicting quite a bit of sinking, and I might accidentally corrode here. If they can keep giving me more potency. Getting up there, almost. I mean, one more turn like that and we would corrode, but I think AoE might get to them here. And they might not get to hit me too much. Yeah, or not at all. Okay. My ego lineup looks so weird to me. Every single one of my equipped egos is different than what I normally run on Dawn. Because I normally have, you know, the Sangre de Sancho, and I think I run Wishing Care, and Dawn Tets are like never used until maybe now this one will be. And then I usually have Telepole plus In the Name of Love and Hate, but we equipped Merkala because we're doing Manager Dawn, so of course. And then I switched to Red Sheet because if we take a look, this ego is fatal to Sloth and Gloom, this ego is fatal to Sloth and Gloom, this ego is fatal to Sloth and Gloom. So I just had to choose something that wasn't fatal to either of those, or else I would be permanently fatal to a Sin color, which I didn't want to be locked into. And so that's why I chose Red Sheet today. Okay. I need to get the gift that lets me start with Blood Feast. I think it's from the Murder on the Warp Express pack. I know it's out there. Well, it's actually like 3, but I think there's one I can use. Because starting with Blood Feast means starting with AoE, or at least getting it faster. Are they going to stagger me? I am Gloom Fatal. No. They missed their chance to stagger me. They did paralyze me, though. These guys remind me of, like, Kanto 2 enemies. That's how much paralyze they inflict. Or paralyze. Oh, they actually staggered me. Too many Gloom skills. But that's what Manor Shaped Music Box is for, and now we AoE them. What do I want out of Leihang Reflectorial? I guess I just don't want him to name a specific faction in his buffs. I don't like when they're as specific as the middle IDs make the fight trivial. I'm okay with, like, bleed IDs get a buff or burn IDs get a buff, because that's more general. That still leaves open room for team building instead of the team building being done for you in the team building game. Besides that, it's like, I just hope it is actually somewhat hard. That's kind of the point of Reflectorials. I think they will make it decently hard. And I think they'll do a good job with it. I have faith. How can they make the Leihang fight worse? I don't think they will. I really don't have a ton of fusion fodder at the moment. We can use this. And just buy the Bleedstone. Okay. Yeah, you wanted me to get maggots for free burn damage from skill 3. It's so small compared to MDE health values. Like, actually negligible. It would probably never save me a turn in the entire run. It would take just as many turns. Hello, Skin Prophet. Have you met my friend Sancho? They would like to have a word with you. Need Red Gosiphium as well. That would help the Blood Feast gain early. There's a lot of stuff I can get. I'll get it all in time. Let's see, it's full stop time. Give me growth the plus. Just give me the tier 3. I don't care about the offense level. Midwinter is great. Showing me a lot of tempting packs here, but we have to go to full stop. Contract showing up for free is nice, because that does actually do something on top of Lunar Memories when the enemy is staggered. Alright, so the goal is to make this the fastest full stop ever. Getting evaded turn 1 is not a very good start to that plan, but we'll see. I think it will still be quite fast, because they're like Pierce Fatal, and I have AoE Pierce. So these guys might get kind of destroyed. For starting Ego Gifts, I took Ashen Shield, Manor, and what else? I grabbed Sharp Needle and Thread, since a part of today's goal is speed. I am on a time limit. It shouldn't be an issue unless we get stuck on a hidden boss for an hour. But I do have to be done within like 3.5 hours. Oh, there we go. That was, what, 3 turns? That's pretty fast. Yeah, Gear Shrapnel. This run's off to a great start. The only thing it's really missing is an early Prestige card. But, like, early Prestige card, that's kind of asking for a lot. Here's the Pierce damage up against staggered enemies. Please don't miss it, Honglu. Thank you. As long as we can actually find Dark Flame Pipe in the shop, and we should be able to with the amount of Pierce gifts I've bought. Valencina 415. That is the type of thing that could get me stuck for an hour, yeah. Or maybe that's the type of thing I would realize I am dying turn 2 every time. There's no way I do this, but hopefully not. It'd be extremely weird for you to not get Prestige card as a starting gift. I've done a lot of runs with and without it. It's definitely nice, but I'm often still able to end up getting every gift I care about, even when I don't start with Prestige card, or even like, don't find it the entire run. It's just you have to be pretty confident with your economy management. Do your fusion every floor, do your selling every floor. Maybe pick a few more tier 3 gifts on the early floors instead of choosing like the weaker trials, because the early floor trials don't matter nearly as much as the later floor trials. Hello? That's a shop. Can I find what I'm looking for though? Yes, alright. This is officially an amazing start to the run. I threw the pack odds in the backup so I can make this. It doesn't really matter, but it takes a 50% chance for a Pierce power-up up to an 80%. And, you know, it gives me a free thing to fuse instead of having to make a different tier 4. So we'll take that route today. It's like I wanted to get 10 bleed IDs in my loadout anyway to get 2 Clash Power from Sanguine Fragments, and so the pack odds are all bleed IDs. I'm not giving up too much to gain access to this fusion. Ira refresh in 3.5 hours? Yeah, but I can't stream that long today. If we end up getting stuck, I'll just have to post about the hidden boss like tonight in Discord and say how it went. But that's like relying on us to get 2 hidden bosses, right? Like one that burns my Durante and then a second one that I can't beat without it. The odds of that happening, pretty low. You're doing an up-type 1 level 1 MDE with Molar D-Song. I don't find the idea of low-level MDE souls fun. It just makes the early games so much worse. Like, getting through the first floor, and that's already not my favorite part of solos. Alright, we have Hardwood, we have Blood Feast. I think it's officially time to start destroying everyone. You don't know how it's possible to do floor 1 without Durante. You get KQE as your first event and evade. I guess with the Molar Yi-Song you can't evade. But generally it's something along the lines of get KQE as your first event, evade, kill him, stall for Ego resources with Blue Zippo Lighter as a starter gift, and then you just have infinite resources to spam on Egos for the rest of the start. It's just not something I want to go for. It doesn't sound that fun to me. Definitely couldn't stream it. It would just be way too much 4-1 resetting. So far, I would say this is one of the fastest full stops I've ever done. It shouldn't be that surprising considering the 1000 AoE damage we're pulling out. Skill 3s are slowing down the speedrun though for sure. Flashing animation and then a long time to the first coin. Yeah, you know what, we can not be killing that guy with the Ascendant hard blood arts. Because he's just dead to this. Now, where do I want to go for the next 5 floors? That's the question. Sure. I don't think it's any of these. There's quite a few things I'd be open to. Okay, well, if you're going to just offer me bridal on a silver platter like that, I'll take it. I know we want it at some point. Might as well get it now. Nebulizer. Why not? Okay, buy some. What do I need to be, like, emptying the pool of? Probably bleed gifts. So I can find all of the unique bleed gifts on Warp Express and Canto 7 pack when I go there. And then I'll sell Disc Fragment because it's Disc Fragment. Throw in Enhance on Clear Mirror because why not? When did this start? Yeah, I start at noon my time, US Central. So a bit over half an hour ago. You can also see the stream duration like at the top of the description, right next to the viewer count. So that says started 37 minutes ago. Not as fast as like a U Heathcliff solo, although I guess if I was really going for a speedrun, I couldn't go to full stop. It just does take a while with how many enemies you have to kill. Ratharos. I think we're just going to ignore our problems until they're gone. Sign of Roses has enough slot weight that I shouldn't accidentally AoE the rose. Oh, that part has clash priority? I wanted to clash with my skill 3 first. Oh, okay, no, I did AoE the rose there. I guess I gained more attack weight than I thought. We'll just have to kill it with a skill 1 and hope that's low enough damage. There's no way we're soft locked on Sign of Roses. Oh wait, I know what to do. I have an excellent plan. An idea so ingenious, even. Use Ego on it. There's no way that a Zayn Ego does enough damage to kill me through reflect damage, right? Just this single coin. Wrong Sin Affinity, Tails roll even. Yeah, okay. And now we kill him. Warm blood. Does this guy have blood? I mean, there's kind of a humanoid shape in there, so I suppose it could have blood. It's not entirely plant-based. Why did I not take reflect damage? I did, but when you kill the rose, it full heals you. So I took the damage and then instantly full healed. Give me Clash Power, give me the Tier 3 gift, because I just need Econ, I just want Econ. Imagine if Badge just showed up there. Just offer me all the gifts that I need right away. I think we'll go for this. Right, it's in my allocated plans. This is one of my options. No, but it's like on my last slot of a maybe. There's some things I would rather get compared to that. You know what? I can fuse Embers. I might have to fuse a few extra tier 4 burn gifts than I would like, but let's just get this. Don't spin the pack search. I know I'm going here before the extreme floors. Might as well do it now. Get all of the bad economy floors out of the way. You finally managed to beat Sign of Roses cycle 34. So you're calling your run then at cycle 34 if you're going to the Terminus boss? Would it not be better to get that in an extreme pack? There are enough extreme packs that I want to go to for a Manager Dawn run. There's like 4 or 5, and so I already can't get all of them. I might as well... by getting it now, that opens up one more extreme pack, basically, that I get to go to. So, okay, I need to fuse Embers. Are you going to play nice today, Embers, or are you going to be impossible to get? Okay, first try. We hit the 1 and 3. And let's just become a Poise ID. And yeah, why did you call it a cycle 34? Is it just, it was getting too annoyingly difficult and long, and you were just like, okay, this is good enough for me, I have to call it at some point. 34 is as good a number as any. Because cycle 34 was already so improbable. I got it, yeah. Makes sense. Hey, we are back. Hello, everyone. Yep, some people in chat know it's standard internet issues. I'm going to be very happy when I'm done with those in a few weeks. Thank you to anyone who stayed through that. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. It used to not happen at all this late, that's why I adjusted my stream timing, but, you know, the internet issues chased me to the new time. Now then. Let's see what we can find. You missed a really exciting mermaid killing. Let's go here. We're going here at some point. We have really only this gift that I actually care about. We'll go for these just because we can. And, you know, we'll get the mirror match this way. This is the price I pay for hating on Magic Bullet Otis. I don't think Magic Bullet Otis has internet killing powers. Going for the coin power gift? Yeah, mostly. I think it is definitely worth going for. It's basically the Bloodfiend's version of Rain Cloud. I need to get higher than 5 coin power. I need this to be up to like 8. I need a hidden boss for that though. Although that's up to 9. Why is that rolling that high? Or I guess it's just a natural 6 plus 2 from bleed conditionals and then 1 from the bleed stone, yeah. Oh, hello. My skill 3 probably just didn't have bleed conditionals because it was like the first skill I used. You think this guy will take 2 turns or 3 turns? I'm thinking 2 turns. Although that didn't actually do that much damage. And I don't have any skill 3s. We'll see. Hello, we are so back indeed. This will only be an issue for like at most 2 more weeks. What happened? Just my internet. My internet's been going down daily, pretty much. Oh, you made a mistake corroding me. My internet's been going down every day for a few weeks now, but it was mostly pretty consistent with the timing of when it happened. It would happen between like 9 AM and 11 AM. So I changed my streaming time to avoid it. But it has been less consistent recently, and unfortunately it went down during stream today, as I'm sure you noticed. Oh, these guys. Okay, so that was Yearning Recalla making an appearance. We need to be sure to actually use Lifetime Stew at some point. I put it in the thumbnail. I can't just never use it. The problem is just everything dies. And I don't have infinite resources. I should pick up the Throne Ego gift that I'm forgetting the name of. If I see it again. I know I passed it earlier. AoE skill 2s are great. When's the last time we got an AoE skill 2? If you want to count Dawn Claire's re-release, you could, but besides him, when was the last AoE skill 2 we got? It'd be funny if I never actually used Subigo and just said, any moment now, it will be its time to shine, yeah. I also wonder how much damage we'll get on like an Ascendant Hardwood Arts this run. Kind of have a few goals. It's like, go fast, get value out of Lifetime Stew, get a high damage number. That's Mercala Bloodfiends. I'm going to refrain. I could probably handle them, but, you know, when I'm given the choice to fight Mercala Bloodfiends or to not fight Mercala Bloodfiends, I'm going to always choose to not fight the Mercala Bloodfiends. That fight is still probably my least favorite in the entire game for base IDs. It's not quite the hardest. Lei Heng and Pinky Nurse Father are harder fights for base IDs, but the unfocused fights in the Canto 7 dungeon are miserable. Not being able to control your targets, taking forced damage at turn start. It's not a fun time. What's the deal? Turn start, lose percentage health. And since it's turn start damage, if that staggers you, you're staggered for that entire turn and the entire next turn. It's basically a 2-turn stagger that's, you know, kind of completely unavoidable. It's random who it hits. And then they also just roll really high for enemies. One of their moves can roll up to like a 26, I think? I forget. It has like 10 base power, 3 coins. It's kind of absurd. And so base IDs aren't clashing against that with anything except ego. So if it's targeting someone that can't afford their ego, that person's just like dead because every ID in this game is lost fatal. Do a little bit of recalling. And they're all dead. And 2 more are dead because we love Scarlet Moths. There's that speed run we were talking about. You love the MD mines, just 500 or so more shards to get everything this season. I wish you luck. You should have enough time. Well, you'll need to play quite a bit to get everything, but you can get what matters. So, okay, this gift sadly doesn't work. I wish this worked. Getting 4 power up with like every skill, that would be amazing. But no such luck. Let's just buy out the shop. Maybe even do... I have 141 right now. I think I want 042 for now. And I'll maybe make another skill 3 later. Ready to make Lunar next floor. And, yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and make myself actually inflict bleed. It's good enough for now. Time for the mirror match. Sancho versus Dark Sancho. Or I guess the Sancho would be a more accurate pronunciation. But yeah, Manager Don's sprite names are all Dark Sancho. I should look more at sprite names. I'm often like grabbing them to make my thumbnails. There's some interesting ones, I'm sure. This season was so long. Basically every season is longer than every previous season. Except like season 2 lasted longer than season 3, I think. It was something like that. Infinite health gate generator. And it's funny that Sancho doesn't even have bleed resistance. They absolutely would if they released today. You know, they take full damage from bleed. And there we go. She got to attack on turn 1. That's better than full team runs. And then we get this, and I'll take Brutality 4, I guess. Yeah, why not? Now then. what do I still definitely want to go to? Time Killing Time is a non-negotiable. Murder on the Warp Express is a non-negotiable. So that's floors 8 and 9. I have one more free pack I can go to. So I need to choose between like Nocturnal Sweeping or Miracle in District 20, basically. We'll see if anything shows up offering me... Okay, here we go. Warp Express time showing me one of the bleed gifts. Let's go there. Brutality Addict. It's just... It's more fun to beat the enemies when they're rolling higher. You know, I love seeing their coin power be higher. Now, these enemies inflict a lot of bleed. Thankfully, I have a lot of healing. Like, I know I've had issues on this pack before on solos. I mean, mostly before Extreme existed, before you could take plus graces. Because now you really just outscale the enemies so hard until the Extreme floors. But like this, without as many gifts as I have, could be a real issue. For some ideas. Also, that Gloom Fatal hurts. They're actually going to activate Embers here? Almost. Right? They got close. And then I'm full health. Cassetti levels of regen. Nothing's going to survive until the 4th coin of La Sangre. Never going to see it. Probably, I'll see it on 411. Or no, 411 I'll do Code Purple, and I'll just get 411 Matthias and see it there. This season hasn't felt as long as last season because we've been getting unique IDs. I fully agree. By the 7th A show, like, oh my gosh, that season just lasted forever, and 2 of the Heisha weren't even in that season. It felt like the season started earlier because of that. How's the soup so far? We haven't used it. It's been great though, just having it as an option. It's like, why use an ego when your normal skill one-shots? And it's like, the ego gives me buffs, I'm one-shotting without the buffs. But I'll be sure to use it at some point. Did stream die again? Not on my end? That's just you. Okay. If I'm able to respond to did stream die again, it probably didn't. Is cereal a soup? Now that's a question. It's one of the famous internet questions. I think soups are intended to be served hot, right? I feel like that's a pretty key part of soup. Are there cold soups? I'm not exactly knowledgeable in the wide world of soup, but I feel like at least most soups are served hot. There are cold soups? Okay, well I don't think cereal is a cold soup. I think it is cereal. I wonder if anything will get as close to killing me as that first fight. They got me down to less than 30 health. Those gloom skills. That's one of the things I know Murder on the Warp Express enemies for, is their large variety of attack types. They have blunt, they have pierce, they have slash, they have like 6 different sin affinities. It's so hard to find a good solo ID for them because you can't just match to their resistances. Like, they have every damage type. That's mostly just an issue for soloing story stages where you don't have 150 ego gifts to carry you. I shall impale for the family. Okay, and then this is going to be hard mode Cassetti, which means he's easier because he gets debuffed for bloodfiends existing. Let's go ahead and buy this. Oh, there's Respite. That's a pretty important one I didn't have yet. Numbers are getting bigger indeed. There we go. Here's the other thing I came here for. So we got what we wanted. And then buy everything else. I did it again. I forgot to fuse Lunar before doing all my shop stuff. I don't know how I make that mistake, like 80% of the time, even though I always call it out when I do it. That's supposed to like remind myself to do it better next time, but it doesn't work. You might wonder, oh, why does it matter? Well, if you fuse Lunar first, that throws the pieces of Lunar memory back into the pool. It's not a big difference, but if you happen to roll back into the pierced memories, that would save you a fusion. It is something you should do, is to fuse Lunar first. Alright, Cassetti. First coin, 300 damage. How many turns will this take? This is kind of replacing our Santata. We could do how many skills to kill Cassetti, if you guys want. We normally gamble on Santata, but I don't think we're fighting him today, so... Yeah, it'll be a change of the game. Let's do it. How many skills to kill Cassetti? Let's see how much health he has. He's got 6,300. The first... Oh, he has 5,400 because of moths. The first one is going to be Ascendant. I think 2. I'm going to say more than 2. He could even evade me. He has that 18 rolling evade. I can't do anything about that because my skill is always... Or, well... Yeah, it's targeted on that slot. I guess I could do that. That will stop him from evading me. I do have Needle and Thread. That's going to do a lot. It could be 2. Can't I offset? But, like, not without wasting damage, I mean. Pretty good start. Looks like 2 is probably correct. Yeah. Alright. We finally got to use all 4 coins of our skill 3 too. came back after stream died. That was floor 8. We're going into floor 9. Looking for either emergency investigator badge or that's mostly just that. If it doesn't show up, then I don't know what I'll go to. I guess we just go here, grab the Heisho hat. Yeah, that's a fine choice. We'll do slash gifts. And the next floor, emergency investigator badge. I wonder if they'll ever make a faction that I like more than the bloodfiends. Is the hat worth it over the Christmas 2 protection? It is just better, yeah. The hat is 3 protection, and it gives you... I think the damage is only for slash, but yes, it is. Am I getting the Heisho hat because it's universal damage and damage reduction? I believe it's only slash damage for increasing, but it is universal damage resistance. I can double check. Yeah, you deal more slash damage, but you just take less damage in general, up to 30% less, and you should be pretty easily getting the speed conditional to reach that full 30% less. I've never had hair stride for this.
당연하지. 내 나침반이 틀린 적이 있었나? 라만 차렌드를 뒤엎는다.
You know, next week should be a pretty interesting run. We're going to be doing tier 4 gifts only. With the caveat that that doesn't actually apply until the floor 10 shop. It's going to be similar to my no tier 4 gifts. When I leave the floor 10 shop, I can only have tier 4 gifts in my inventory, and then the same for every shop after that is going to be the official ruling. And so on that run, we're going to be trying to kind of smuggle in some non-tier 4 gifts is the idea. And so the reason I'm saying that is like the Heisho bolus we just got. We'll want to actually make the fusion for that so we can preserve the Shadow Bamboo hat effect. Even though the fusion isn't any better than the hat normally. So use a poison. The plan is to do it with Ri and Yisong, yes. It's like he's one of those ideas that's so strong I have to do an extra challenge with him. This is a challenge I had an idea for that sounds bad enough to warrant using him, so we'll try it out. And yes, actually no lunar memory, it's not a tier 4 gift. I used it in my no tier 4s, so I can't use it in my only tier 4s. I've made the ruling on that. Poise generation will be very hindered with no tier 1, 2, or 3 gifts for sure. Can I get Shadow Bamboo Hat? It's the reason I came here. There it is, okay. And besides that, just buy everything. Hey, there's tier 4, if you'd like to see that. I'm going to just save some costs instead of buying completely useless gifts. My support passes might matter for Ri and Poise Gen. I hadn't thought about that too much. I was mostly just thinking, you know, do the normal rain cloud stuff. But yeah, maybe I will throw in like Butler Ryoshu for Poise. But yeah, I did a little bit of planning for that. I think the routing for tier 4s only will be pretty interesting. You made it before the extreme floors. Indeed, you have floor 10 coming next, and then it's extreme time. Does tier 4 even have any ego resource gifts? So, as I mentioned, the rule doesn't apply until the floor 10 shop. I can still find a Zippo lighter early and get a resource stockpile if I even need ego. I don't think I'll need too much ego. Maybe I'll need to like change my resistances in the Matthias fight or something. We're back. Okay, that was not as long as last time. Sweepers killed my internet for a second. You didn't miss too much. You missed me obliterating about 12 sweepers. You get to see me kill the last two. What does my internet need? Needs me to like move to K Corp. Which Corp would have the best, most consistent internet? It's like not W Corp, they're dying. Needs me to move to A Corp. Surely A Corp can sustain good internet. Hey look, Growth Brutality, my favorite trials. No, I'm going to not take Brutality here. And then it is time killing time. There is only one thing I would take over time killing time. No bonus points if you guess what that is. Oh, there it is. It's time to find Emergency Investigator badge.
이 정도 일은 우습소. 3등 항에서도 능히 해내겠군.
라만 차렌들을 뒤엎는다.
T Corp for 0 ping. We're back again. Yeah, the internet was not out for very long that time, just like 1 minute. That's what it's usually like. The last one was particularly bad. It was down for multiple minutes. I'm going to be so, like, I'm so done with this. It's not just a streaming issue, it affects, you know, anything I'm doing. Can't wait for it to be a fixed problem. We love AoE. It's one skill, killed like 5 enemies. If you count the Scarlet Moths. Does this count as dropped frames? If it's a really short one, it could count as dropped frames. It looks like OBS right now is actually saying 108 dropped frames. But when it like fully disconnects, that just resets. And so I can't like see the total time it was out. All tremor, no tremor count these enemies. Hopefully we find Emergency Investigator badge today, because on the Ancient Manager Dawn run I did that I lost to Lei Hang, I didn't have it. So, I think the first step to winning this time is going to be finding that.
이로써 더욱 수월하게.
Let's see. We've got 2,500 cost to find it. I'll buy a prestige card. Because it's prestige card, there's nothing else I would buy. Not even red stained Gossypium. The badge is too important. It's gotta be here somewhere. There's only so many. There it is. Okay. Only so many gifts in the pool. Can't be that hard to find the ones I'm looking for, and we did find them. Can't fuse Tremor on this floor, really. I guess we fuse Charge. And then we enhance everything. This is the big enhancement floor. Before it gets more expensive. Only one refund so far, a little bit unlucky. I do have the gift. Honestly, quite unlucky with the lack of refunds. Oh well. Manager Dawn's lance looks bigger than her. It just is bigger than her. It doesn't just look like it is. At least like in her skill 32 animation, she makes it larger than her. I clash a little bit higher than this guy. Alright, can we kill this guy on this turn? Probably not, but maybe with a huge needle and thread here. I think that was only hitting one of his parts because of the little guys up front, so I think we're going to one more turn here. Best intervallo music, true. Okay, you know what? He died to moths. That kind of counts. Groot, resilient. Max adversity, and we're looking for code purple. There it is. I kind of wish they never added this. It makes Soulless too easy, and it makes you, have to do a not super fun floor. I guess you could play suboptimally and not go here, but I don't like deliberately playing worse a lot of the time, except Brutality. I'll compromise there because that does make it more fun, but just dying more often because you don't have Ampule doesn't really make it more fun. I need this because I don't have Faith yet, so I am trying to still exhaust every tier 4. A compass is important. Didn't have that yet. You know, let's buy these resource gifts as well. I should have most of the gifts I care about by now. It's like, let's see. Burn, bleed, tremor, rupture, sinking, poise, charge. I have all of the normal tier 4s that I care about that have keywords. Because I did remake the Pierce, yes. So in that case, I'll just fuse into Pierce, and if we happen to get the keyword list I want, cool. Okay. In that case, I don't need any more tier 4s. This upgrades like terribly, right? It's just 5 more starting bleed, yeah. Okay. We'll continue shopping next floor.
라만 차렌들을 뒤엎는다.
You think Twining Threads is a good contender for best music? It definitely is. Everyone loves Savagery for like a story theme, and then I like both of Rufus' boss themes.
엎드리도록.
All 3 of the ones I just mentioned are on my home playlist. For the titles music. Or not even title, just the lobby music.
꿰뚫려라.
For some reason, anyone who uses scissors as a weapon is smaller than their weapon. Yeah. You have to make the scissors massive for them to be intimidating, I guess. You like Im Off's battle music? It's like, it has grown on me more than almost any other Limbus theme. I didn't like it that much at first. But like, as I've heard it more and listened to it more, I'm starting to really like it.
무기를 만드는 것만큼
It's time.
내가 어버이보다
The stew. Did we get Ferris wheel? We got the mask, and the fusion, like, isn't even better. Let me look at what it even does. Compared to just a thing, it's like, what do I gain? They deal Blood Feast consumed divided by 10% more damage. Okay, I should actually go for that. I just have to actually buy layered bandages and I can make it.
엎드리도록.
That's like the only... Yeah, that's the only thing I can really benefit from, I think. $1,000 damage on the first coin. And AoE time. Im theme is soured for you because of having to play through the dungeon. You see, I only did the dungeon once and the rest was just Mirror Dungeon, and it's not like the pack was bad in Mirror Dungeon. Blessed Carnival next for sure. Looks like we dropped some frames there. That might just be my stream lagging on my end. Yeah, we're going to Blessed Carnival and Papa Dawn for sure. And then I want Lei Heng's hat. I think I want to get Lei Heng's hat instead of doing him on floor 15. So that will probably be our next 3 floors. And then on floor 15, I don't know, maybe we do Railer 5. And then line 1. What, you want me to corrode? This pack is a lot more bearable when you can just spam AoE, huh? Just one-shot everything with skill 2s. Wait a second. Oh yeah, the passive of lifetimes too. I was like, why do I have a lust power up? But the passive does stick around. Okay. Growth resilient. Max adversity. And I want to do Blessed Carnival. If he shows up again, I'll take him. I should have just gone for it. Okay, we got it, we got it. Hello, Greycoat. You are a little unnecessary. Oh, this guy. Gloom and Lust, I can pass that. Or someone else can. You've got this.
이런 건 이발사나 신부에게 시켜.
And so, should we bleed for the bandages to let me make Ferris wheel? There we go. Then do some of these minor enhancements. More damage, more sinking, more offense level. More haste, why not? Should have plenty of poise. This is various debuffs. I'm using my skill 2, so buff those. More damage. Okay. And then are there any gifts I'm still missing that matter? Voodoo doll is one. Sell a bit more to enhance Voodoo doll. Alright. Valentine is waiting on 415. Alright. That's the story we're going with today. Understood. This time for sure. It already happened, or it might have not been 415 on the stream. Yeah, you're faster than me. I almost can't clash you. Sounded like Ezra there for a second. Did anyone else hear that? You and your single coin skills. I assume cassette. Oh, now we're back. Hello again, everyone again. Sasha has been slain. I just want to apologize again for my internet. But here we are. Surely this time it will last the rest of the stream. Why am I still not? There we go. Now it's connecting me back to chat. Can I stop throwing bottles at the internet? It's not Lucio. I'm sorry. This time it's Cassetti's fault. Can we all agree? He wants to do this. What if I wanted to kill you before you did that? I'm not doing enough damage, unless he staggers, but surely this doesn't let him get staggered. How much is this going to heal you? Quite a lot. A few thousand at least. And, I mean, you should die this turn. I don't even remember what this gift gives me. It, like, lets me start with 15 hard blood, and I think it gives me 1 base power without any other blood fiends. Something like that. Oh, we are going to just AoE all you guys. How do I do this? I leave 1 slot on Barber unclashed, 1 slot on Dulcinea unclashed, and then I just hit the priest because, yep. Go my AoE. The carnage. Oh, Barber's dead, yep. He said the thing. Alright, pretty good first turn of that fight. What's even next? Do I want to save? It's Sancho next, right? I don't want to save skill 2s. And there he goes. The rematch. I don't think she's going to get to attack this time. Yeah, I have a feeling. I want to see if I can get an Ascendant skill 3, but I don't think it's going to show up in my left slot in time. Phase skip, phase skip, phase skip. Yeah, like father, like daughter, really. This is what the Don Quixote fight does as well. Clearly, strength scales with hair length is what we're learning here. Oh, we're 1 turn off getting the skill 3 too, but I think she dies here. I don't think there's another turn end. She actually got to use this skill. 15 damage. Oh, I do get to use it. Die. It's going to be like 1 coin. It's interesting that Sancho uses bows. She learned from Bari. Yeah. Did you think about blood today? My favorite enemy move. So this gives me starting Blood Feast. You consume extra Blood Feast, so that lets me ramp that faster. That's neat, I guess. And then I get 1 final power and 30% more damage because I have 1 La Mancha land ID. Growth, Resilient, this is still misnamed. And then let's see, I think it's Papa Dawn time. It's the other bleed focused gift. I'll take Lei Hang if he shows up. Nah, okay. We're going to be so strong. I want to fight you. Oh, skill 3-2 on the first turn? Sure, let's really start this fight right. With no buffs or anything, just turn 1 we do 3,480, that's alright. It's no 7,000 that every Valencina skill does, but it's something. looks like consuming the extra blood feast doesn't actually make me gain extra heart blood. It just increases my blood feast consumed stack. I guess that makes sense. It doesn't say it doubles hard blood generation. The game lagged for a second. I thought we were getting a hidden boss. Always baits me. Looks like... yeah, I'm not seeing any gifts I'm forgetting about. You're pretty sure hard blood generation is capped? Yeah, I just wasn't sure if, you know, this ego gift that's meant to hyper buff the blood fiends would get around that. I'm sure it could if they wanted it to. I can't think of any gifts I still need, so I'm just going to fuse a random tier 3. It doesn't really give me anything. Upgrade that, I guess. Oh, free enhance, to make the enemies slower. Free enhance, let's gain a little bit of shield. There we go. And it's you. I don't feel like getting copyright struck today, so... my theme. Maybe we'll get to hear it a little bit longer than when we fight Sancho. Oh, we're seeing some struggling turn 1. Clashing will officially be off the table next floor, probably. At least on the first turn. AoE is pretty good, huh? The fastest this fight will ever go. Still have to watch these. Ren's face. Ren's face has too long of an animation to be faster than this. There, everything goes. Oh, he lived. Or no, that was a counter. Yeah. I guess he still lived. That part is true. Zero damage.
무기를 만드는 것만큼 내가 어머니보다 뛰어났지.
Does he get up after this turn? I don't know how fast it is when you're actually killing everything. You have no issues with Papadon besides the long animations? Yeah, I think the fight is overhated. Oh, well, I didn't get to play that turn, so I don't have any clear mirror buff or anything. This guy might actually get to attack. You know, I want to save that for next turn to see how much damage it can do. So this turn, we're stewing. And the next turn, we ascendant.
엎드리도록.
오랜만에 많지 않군.
Helpgate be upon thee? Yeah, probably. Although if we hit it this turn, I mean, we're holding off on damage quite a bit, only using skill 2s here.
엎드리도록.
I get to coin this, get double the buffs. Ah, it's too much damage. I don't know, will we get through all 4 coins of it? I feel like we won't, but maybe. Nah, there's like no way we do, but let's find out. $85. 94. There's our clash high of the run. Okay, 1 coin. Popping in here in time to see us helpgate this guy. Oh, he actually lived that one. How's the solo going? I mean, we're still in that we feel absurdly strong part of it. I feel like there might be enough gifts added to Mirror Dungeon at this point that we never actually hit the fall off point that this solo used to. This is floor 13. Next we're going to Lei Hang, then we're going to Railway 5. There we go. Grow up resilient. We can get the normal music back, so I'm sure you guys all missed Abnormality check theme. Did we reset this run once? We did not have to reset this run. We got through the floor 1 Incorp. Hello, this event can make my Mercala deal more. Anyone? No. Valencina's still waiting on floor 15, I guess. Alright, so this is like a personal revenge time. Lei Hang killed my other manager Don Solo back in the day. Let's see how easily we destroy him now. Granted, that Lei Hang had like maximum brutality, except 1. This one should be a bit easier. What's the highest soup damage so far? We have only actually used soup like twice. The damage from soup has not been very impressive. It's like 1,300 or something, I think. But you know, now we just got the wheel. We have favored soup. Have we used corroded soup? We did that last fight. It's not really a damage ego. Oh, yeah, overclock. I have not been able to corrode into it. Haven't actually tried. So yeah, okay. He still absolutely procs Ember's turn 1 here. not avoiding that one. Need to live this turn. See if Claire was getting 2,000. It's a bit better than Soup Dawn, sounds like. But was that with AoE? Because this was one target. Oh, he has such low health on this ID. That was 2 targets, okay. Yeah, okay, let's throw out the soup, and then next turn we Ascendant him with the soup buff. See, that did about 1,000 damage. Needle and Thread boost says a ton. Yeah. Needle and Thread is still... I'm surprised it's never been nerfed. Oh, that's what's going on. I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was seeing Base Dawn's support passive show up. It's like, how is that possible? I'm playing Manager Dawn, but it's the soup passive showing up. Alright. I think my skill's a little stronger than yours. You were referring to Soup Claire's inbuilt Needle and Thread. Does it actually work like Needle and Thread? Because like almost every time they make an effect like that, it's per target. Like with Ren Claire's skill 3. Almost 7,000. We almost reached Valentina levels of damage there, yeah. We actually have burn count because we used soup a few times. So it does scale off the targets it hits. Interesting. Maybe I'll try that out in like 2 weeks, but next week is tier 4 gifts only Ryuji song. So we can't use Soup Claire on that run. If I took maggots, I could have had 2 burn stacks, yeah? I could have been doing like 20 extra damage every turn. I'm sure that would have mattered. We're not even going to get to see his 6-point move. He's just like dead. '53 offense level up. We love Respite. I'm sure this is how it will go next week in the Reflectorial. And alright. It's been a little while since we did a floor 15 Railway 5. But I think it's time. I don't think there's ever a more fitting character to do this with.
해냈어. 해결.
No hidden boss? Unfortunate. Do I keep Shatterbound? The ultimate throw?
운은 실력과도 연관되어 있죠?
It's section 2? Sure, I'll keep Shatterbound and try to just insta-kill the Kurakumo Pekatula with the Merkala. I think that's the plan. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I 100,000% should have grabbed Sun Shower. I didn't realize I didn't have that yet. There was one gift we were missing. There's always one. Alright, can I clash with this on turn 1? Probably not. Do I even have the Bleedstone? I might not have the Bleedstone. I haven't been thinking about Ego, like, at all. Yeah, I don't even have the Bleedstone. Well, that's also a bit of a throw. Okay, so it looks like it's just going to be a turn 1 Embers. This is unbreakable, so just do that. But I stagger, so the unbreakable doesn't matter. That's right. Envy team might just be good for every single Reflect Reel going forward. That's how it seems, yeah. And it turns out, doing skill 3s every turn with your entire team is a pretty powerful strategy. Who would have guessed, am I right? Okay, looks like turn 2 debuffs were not enough. Or at least, yeah. But now we can do unopposed strats.
그저 하염없이 모든 피를 먹는. 그렇게 숨을 피어나고.
There we go.
피어나라. 무기를 만드는 것만큼 내가 어버이보다 뛰어났지.
I want to stall for a little bit. Let's like only kill Ryushu. And Scarlet Moths might kill 2 more of them, but I should still get 1 more turn here to get another skill slot.
무기를 만드는
Yep.
것만큼 내가 어버이보다 뛰어났지.
Just as planned. But he died to bleed, so I didn't get to clear mirror. That was not part of the plan. This can clash, okay. It can clash weaker skills. I wish I could just unopposed, but clashable counters are evil. I think we're doing this. That will probably hurt a lot, but I still have Ampule up, and then all my stuff will go unopposed. Yeah, there's Ampule, and then Merkala.
그저 하염없이 모든 피를 먹고. 그렇게 숨을 피어나고 피어나고 피어나라. 산초류 경을 온.
Kill this Kurakumo Heathcliff now. So many tails
끝을 낼
rolls.
시간이.
Alright, now we kill everyone with AoE. Like hang hat buff. You see, this is the best pack in the game because I get to kill magical Otis.
꿰뚫려라.
Die.
쏟아내. 무기를 만드는 것만큼 내가 어버이보다 뛰어났지.
Not the Faust rolls too high.
가족을 위해.
The triple stagger needling thread sound.
산초류 경혈 온 라샹.
The burn band-aid that isn't even good. No.
끝을 낼 시간이.
Yeah, unbreakable coins with no damage penalty. Identities are crazy. There goes badge. Am I dead? I am on 15. We almost died.
무기를 만드는 것만큼 내가 어버이보다 뛰어났지. 가족을 위해.
And there we go. Now it's just this guy. I'm going to... I have another one coming up. I don't need to save this. Just get him bleeding.
가족을 위해. 산초류 경혈 온 라샹.
We'll see how much more the one does next turn when he has turn 2 debuffs. So that one did about 6,000. That would have been over 6,000 with all heads. We'll see how much it does next turn.
꿰뚫려라.
Happy burn season, Sinkies, Tonglu, yep.
엎드리도록.
I guess I should have used soup this turn. Because I don't think he's living. I have another one coming up. Okay. If he lives, we'll get the soup buff for next turn. And you know what? Let's throw out counters so that we hit him a lot weaker. Maybe he has a chance to live this way. How much more damage from this one?
산초류 경혈 온 라샹. 끝을 낼
Not
시간이.
like that much more. I guess 6,000 up to 8,300. It's a decent increase. And yeah, I forgot to get the stones. That's why the soup ego is feeling so weak. The egos really need their rocks. I think I held off on my damage enough for him to live. He actually gets to summon his guys. I also have Shatterbound, which is help. Why are you not Ascend? How do I not have Hard Blood? Because I did all my counters. Oh. I guess we have to use soup again then. Let's see if I can get some Hard Blood. He's totally just dead though. Oh well. $91 damage from that. let all blossom free. He is dead, right? Like, surely? Yeah, he has 1,600 health left. There he goes. And that was the manager Dawn run. Went quickly as I expected. Even with the internet issues, we were done in like just over 2 hours. If you take out the time the internet was down, it was probably under 2 hours. It's at least close to 2 hours. I don't know. Were we down for 12 total minutes? If we take out the time at the start of the stream before the run started, then almost certainly. I think it's a fun one. If you're looking for a fun solo, AoE is fun. This is a good choice. And apparently there's enough gifts in the game now that you don't fall off on clashing like you used to. Next week, we will be doing tier 4 gifts only with Rian Yi-song. That rule will apply starting in the floor 10 shop. And so the goal, I have 10 floors to figure out how many unique tier 4 gifts I can find and make. Until then, I hope you have a nice rest of your day. I hope you have a nice weekend, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.